All right, Lathil versus Xinera. These are two very similar runners, both in rank and geographical location.
True.
And as far as I know, they've been friends for years. So this is definitely like going to be like a friendly rivalry type thing. I believe anyway.
Yeah. And to immediately kill the friendship, loser loses mod. Good
Oh, that's
luck.
true. That's true. These are also two of the P2SR Discord moderators. That is another important thing to mention.
Yeah.
So currently we are looking at rank 10. Yeah, both CM admins as well. That is
Oh
very
my
true.
god.
And these are also rank 10 and 11 SP. So
Ooh.
this is definitely a very close match when it comes to general skill. And both these players are fairly just general, like pretty balanced players. I think Xinera is probably a little bit more specialized than Lathil, having more
Yeah.
maps that he kind of grinded, whereas Lathil kind of was at least when he played, because he hasn't been playing SB actively for quite a while. He was more of a just balanced player and try to get good times on every map. So
That's true.
we might see we might see Lathil gain an advantage in some maps because of that, and we might see Xinera gain an advantage on some maps because he was just way better. Like he's just put more time into the map. So yeah, do we want to start off the? Prop catch as a first
Ooh.
map. That is not a great map in my opinion, but it'll definitely be cool to see like what these runners make of it. Have we had it in a like high level match like this? I don't know if we had.
We had prop catch. I think the highest level was Seer and Funk.
Really?
Um,
Okay. So yeah, this is Xinera has rank 2 on this map, I believe, and Lathil has something like I think he has a much worse rank. Yeah,
see.
Lathil has rank 14.
Yeah, and then you're
Not to
right,
say that
Xinera does
Lathil
have
is
rank
very
2.
bad at this map, because there's only a 0.18 difference between their times, and obviously this map is just kind of that nature, so you can't really do anything about it.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna get the prediction started, so get your picks in.
Yep.
Who's gonna win race 1?
All right.
And they're
Match should
off.
be starting. Yep. All right. So what do you think kind of are the finished ranged will be for these runners? Because I feel like both of these runners will have the knowledge of maybe not like the detailed knowledge that someone like Seer might have, but they have probably the general knowledge of when to go, roughly how to do the boost. Oh, we already see Lathil
Oh
on
my
a
god.
very good
The
run.
2603 right off the bat.
2603. It looked like I think he was a little bit slow on uh something, but
Yeah, probably
because
the
his
button.
launch was pretty good. But
Um,
yeah, that is a pretty good start. I
true.
think we're gonna be ending up seeing times in the like 25.6 to 26 range. I think that's my prediction for these runners.
Yeah. I think either both runners are gonna get like a 26 to low 26, or somebody is just gonna get like a 25-3 and then run away with it from there.
Nah, I doubt it. I feel like I don't think we're gonna be seeing any crazy times just because I don't think anyone will be going toxic enough on the button unless they already have gotten like a pretty decent one. I think the best time we're gonna be realistically seeing is like a 25.5.
Fair. As it falls off the button for Lathils, and Air's gonna go for his attempt. Goes too far left.
Yes. I'm not quite able to see the RAM triggers, but if anyone doesn't know, the best RAM trigger you can possibly get is a 2293. Any faster than that, and there is no chance that Peabody can actually open the door. Um, so and it also depends on what door cycle they're getting. Lathil is on
Oh,
another run.
Lathil.
Oh, that is
Oh.
quite unlucky. Just a little bit too far. You have to get the 1.533 cycle at the start of the map to be able to go at 2293, and if you don't get it, you have to go at 2303. So I
Yeah.
don't know if these runners are getting first cycle. I would imagine at least Xinera is. I think Lathil might not have played the map in. Yeah, it says that his PB is 2 years old, so
And Xinera is going to get a run
a
to our
2646.
26. And
And
Lathil
Lathil will
gets
also
another
be
run
getting one, but it was not faster than his
2615.
PB. Yep. So yeah, I don't know if Lathil is going to be quite like aware of the cycle. I think I mean he definitely should be just as like a general runner of the game. I don't know if
Mhm.
he's been focusing on it so far. I don't think he has. But he might just try to like learn the run or like warm up a bit and then maybe go for a more toxic one later on.
True.
Also, welcome Znernicus.
Yeah.
Always a pleasure.
And yeah, he also has a good point, just saying that the amount of times that the route has just gotten faster for this map.
Yeah,
And even the one time it took a step backwards, um, of course, with the moving portals ban.
yeah.
Uh, is Lathil? Yeah, no, Lathil's going on time. I'm tripping. I thought he
Yep.
was going late. Xinera, he's gonna get a run
A 2631,
2631.
which is going to be around PB.
As Burger mentions, task route is faster than moving portals. By the way, I
What
mean,
even
I
is
guess
Task Route?
you do a funny. It's like you hold on. You hit yourself with a cube a couple times. I know that. Once in the air to gain more speed, and the second one to bonk
Oh,
you
it's that
underneath the
shit.
door
Right,
stall.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
I don't remember if they do a weird couple portal placements before flinging, or if they do gel strafe. I just forget.
I don't know if there was one. I might just be tripping, but I think it would be cool to have like a full like a long explanation type video for the task. Might be a little bit too long though, because even like I remember when we did it for the Portal One's fragmented run that got released in like March. We did a like explanation video for that, and it took like I think it was almost an hour. So
Yeah.
imagine a run that's 5 times as long,
Well, I feel
or four
like
times as long. I mean,
for the most part, for people that kind of know the general knowledge of Portal 2, knew kind of what was happening up
of
until
course.
like literally any St. Martin route. Um,
See, I feel like an explanation video isn't necessarily just like explaining what's happening. It's like explaining like how the route became that way, how kind of any like funny situations that happened around it, stuff like that.
true. And yeah, Fat Person, the FCPS explanation is 2 hours long. I actually watched that on my flight back from Florida. Really
It's a
good listen.
very good video, yeah.
Yeah. Um, and it made me kind of understand what was happening, but then it made me have more questions as well.
Yeah. So I don't think we've seen any like runs where they've gotten like a successful launch yet. Apart from Lathil's first run, which I think has a had a really slow start.
Yeah. And then
Again,
Xinera,
this is definitely kind of just one of those maps because this map is pretty much an auto scroller up until the gel strafe, which we can't really do anything about. But
yeah. Xinera might be having a run. No, he won't.
no,
Um, yeah, as Xenericus was saying earlier, Lathil had a really good run. It's just the door didn't open. And kind of once again there, good angle, just the door didn't open. And shout out to the guy that followed Lathil. Uh,
industrial fan.
yeah. That cube is tapping on the button on and off. Lathil's going to be lining up for another attempt.
Let's see. He will be getting. Oh, that seems
Oh,
like
he's
a
going to
pretty
get a
decent
really good
one.
launch, and that's going to be
And
a
that is a
2590.
2590. He did a very poor redirect there. If you don't know, you should be looking 90 degrees to the right
And
to
that's a
keep your gel speed.
2558 for Xinera.
And that's exactly what you need to do. Yep,
Yeah.
2558. That's very impressive. I think that is. I don't think we can be expecting much better times, but knowing that Xinera is rank 2 on this map, I wouldn't be too surprised.
Yeah.
This is one of the maps he played a lot, which is what we were talking about earlier, with him just having a more, just more experience with some maps and might be having an advantage.
Hmm.
And we're also kind of seeing the same thing we saw with Unity and Royal from
Oh, another
from
unfortunate
2 days
thing in
ago,
Xinera.
or yesterday, I mean. And
Yeah.
just because like even though Lathil has been playing very like he's been a very consistent player, has had very like balanced ranks, he just hasn't played some of these maps in so long. So like his
Hmm.
PB is from let's have a look. Yeah, it's from October 2020.
Yeah. As
And
Lathil's going to
Lathil,
get a 2578.
yep, that is a pretty sound improvement.
Yeah. As it looks like both Lathil and Xinera are going to be trying to go for that door cycle, at the
Yep,
very
it does look like
least.
it. The door cycle is pretty easy to get. There's not too all that much to it, so I'm definitely not surprised.
As Lathil's going to get another attempt at this here. And it
Door will
just
not
doesn't
be
flick far
opening,
enough
but
over.
Xinera will be getting another one as well. Another one where the door does not open. Seems like Lathil will be on another attempt right here.
Yeah.
The door will be
Ooh,
opening,
Lathil.
but he did not
Ooh.
get any. He landed a bit far away from the door, and he couldn't get a redirect good enough to jump in. Xinera
Yeah.
also is also on a run. Will he be able to pull one out?
You flinked too far to the left.
He did indeed.
As less than 5 minutes remaining. This round went by pretty quick so far, actually.
Yeah.
As Lathil, he's gonna hit the side of the door. That's I guess.
Xinera on another run,
Yeah.
and he will be opening the door, but not far enough left.
Ooh, it was a 50-50 split actually for the
Oh,
prediction.
that's interesting.
Looks like 5 people in total went for Xinera and 4 went for Lathil. Um, yeah, 50-50.
Oh, Lathil on a run, and he gets a
25.
25-65, closing up
Jeez.
on Xinera. I think that means there are 5 ticks between them, or is it 6?
5, I think. I
I
could
think
be
it might.
wrong.
I think it's 5.
And
Or no, I think
Xinera getting a 2596 there.
oh, it's 4 actually.
Is it 4?
4 ticks, yes.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I'm smart.
True. His runners are kind of synced up a bit here. Now they're not synced. That's always one thing that's been kind of fun to see is when runners get synced up and um, just see what ends up
They are
happening
synced,
from
yeah.
it.
Let's see, and none of them will be getting a run, but Xinera had a very
Ooh,
good launch there, so that definitely could have been something.
yeah. As a Zanern saying, yeah, 4 ticks apart.
Yep. I still think this could be anyone's game, really, just because of the nature of this map. None of them have really gotten an outstanding time in. So, no, your memory is correct, Sternicus.
As I'm
Yeah,
starting to notice that it looks like Lathil might be resetting on a bad door cycle, or it looks like he didn't that time. Maybe he just
yeah,
wants to
I
get a
definitely
run
think
by.
both these runners should do it probably. And Xinera had another attempt there, but did not quite get the launch to support it.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I was saying earlier, these runners haven't gotten any like outstanding times yet, and I think it's still anyone's game. If one of these pull out like a 25-3 or something, then I do think it's gonna start to be much more difficult for the other to pull up to pull it off. Especially
True.
if I think if Lathil gets a good time, it's much more likely for Xinera to match it than the other way around, especially with there being only 2 minutes left.
Mm-hmm. As we will see as both runners going to be lining up for the gel strafe here. Then they're
Xinera
he's
will
going
be
to get
getting
the
the door
door
open, but
open, but
he launches slightly too far to the left.
yeah. Oh
Lathil getting a very
no.
good launch, but not being able to get the door open.
Yeah.
So both of these runners are playing with portal gun. What's your thoughts on that? Do you prefer with or without?
I prefer with, but I'm starting to try it without to see if I prefer it.
I see. Lathil getting a launch there with the door opening, but slightly too far left.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have I have been playing without portal gun for the longest time. I just find it strange to play with, but it's a lot better to watch with a portal gun, in my opinion. So all my like
Yeah.
renders have it. Xenara on another run will be opening the door, but not will be going slightly late on the gel boost.
Lathel not going to get the door
What the
open
turn?
as 30
So
seconds remaining, pretty much.
getting the door open is basically there's a trigger where if you look at Peabody door in that trigger at a certain time, you can Peabody opens the door basically. So the goal is to be Xenara on a run. Oh, very
Oh,
unlucky. What determines the door opening is basically you want to be leaving the trigger as early as possible. So, unless on another run, with both of
oh,
them failing on
unfortunate.
their final runs. Well, actually, no,
Yeah,
this is Sunera's final run. And
and
there
you
we go,
will use it
GG's.
there as Nero wins round one.
But yeah, so basically you want to be leaving the trigger as early as possible while still having the door open. So most of the time, they're either going to be like barely outside the trigger or not looking in the right spot, for example. So it's kind of just what going toxic makes you do.
Yeah.
This is a pretty consistent strat if you go like 0.3 slow. So some people could definitely be doing this in full game, for example. Anyway, that was a very exciting match. Xenera taking the W with only 4 ticks to spare. That was a very well played from both runners. Let's see the next map. Third intro. That is a sick map for
Ooh.
a tourney.
Yeah, it is. As let's see where the rankings are for these two on
I
turret
think
intro.
neither of these runners have been playing this map for a very long time as well.
Yeah,
Uh,
so
yeah,
Lathel's run is he's 13th of the 1646, but that was 2 years ago. Was that time as an
and
era?
Xenera is 17th with a 1676 from 3 years ago.
Yeah. So you almost wonder if there might be a PB in store.
Um, you could, but I think these runners are, assuming they will be doing the throw, there could be a lot of mixed results for this.
True.
I think the people who would be very strong on this map are people like Unity or myself, who are very good with doing a very small throw and being able to get a good ending with that.
Yeah.
Whereas it seems like Lathil seems like he is just going for a pretty large throw, and
Yeah,
assuming it'll just work. Whereas Xinera seems to be a little bit more pessimistic with what he's going for. And this could definitely go both ways. If Xinera is the better player on the map, I don't really know. This could definitely work out for him, but if Lathil is able to finish a run with his throw, then that might just grant him the victory.
true.
It all definitely depends. Yeah, I think you're right, Zenernicus. Getting like a low 17 or something without doing any big throws is probably a good strat for these owners. Either that or doing what they both seem to be doing now, which is kind of going in the middle of the room and throwing, which will make it slightly more lenient, but it'll also make it slightly harder to get to the ending.
Oh,
Xinera had it on the button there, but not quite for long enough. Lathil also threw too far that time.
yeah. And one thing that's kind of um, devilish map design for turret intro is that the
The
wall for
turrets
the
are
button,
also...
the
Oh
turret's in
yeah,
a bad position, but it's like the wall is flush with the button, except for right behind it where there's a
yep.
glass window. Um, Almost makes you wonder if that was intended to add a little bit more difficulty to it. Uh,
And on top of that, for the start, you have the turrets, which, unless you place your portals very specifically, they can make you just lose a lot of speed and not be able to continue the run without
yeah.
major hassle.
Ooh, good portal stand there by Lathil getting into that back corner. If he can get a run here,
Oh, that seemed pretty
unfortunate.
decent. That was a 1436 end room, which is um probably like a high, like low 17 pace, I would say.
Hmm. So with that, if that's low 17 pace. Oh, okay, never mind. I thought they added 17, not 16.
Yeah, maybe high 16 with like a perfect end.
Hmm.
Actually, no, with a good end, high 16.
Xinera kind of struggling to get through there. Because it almost seems like he's trying to just take any run. Um,
Yeah, which can be a double-edged sword in a tourney like this, because getting practice could be very good and beneficial, but sometimes it's just you don't really have time for it. But I imagine he just hasn't played this map in a very long time, so maybe this is just going to be beneficial.
yeah.
Have we had any rounds yet where none of them have gotten a PB?
Not yet. The closest we had was Zenin versus Awesome yesterday, where they got wall button and only one run was finished.
That'll be
Their
very
throw is
interesting.
high.
Oh,
Yeah,
they're
well, in that
pretty in sync right
case,
now.
true. I mean, in that case, if both players tie, then they both will get a point. Um, Even if that means no finished runs. But I would hope
That's the
that.
strat. Bro, just agree to throw completely and not finish any run.
Yeah, but then you only get 1 point for the match. Match score doesn't equal points for the match. Oh, it looks like Lathil is just going to take a run with an 1868.
Yep.
Um, so we will not have that happen today.
Not with this map at least.
I'm trying to think, like,
And
what is a map
Xinera,
that.
oh, very
Oh,
close to finished run that time, even though it would have been a 19, I believe, so.
yeah. I'm curious though, like, what map for runners would be, the one that we potentially see the no finish run as
A
Lathil gets a
1775.
1775.
Yep.
I think Lathil started to now say, you know what, I just want to get runs that have no throw.
Yeah,
Um,
it does seem like he is starting to just go more safe on it.
this is
It's
this
another
could
run from
also be a
Lathil.
really solid run. That's a
That is a...
1738,
Yep.
and
It seems like Xinera is also going for that now, even though he could not finish that run.
Yeah.
I definitely think that is the way to go for this. I think maps like it totally depends on the runners because I feel like every map has like a way to finish like pretty quickly.
Hmm.
I think if both runners are trying to go for like World Record strat, I think Repulsion Intro, Trust Fling, um, maybe like a Ceiling Button, those kinds of maps could definitely have no finishes, assuming both runners stick to just doing World Record route. But both of those maps also have alternatives that are much easier.
Good point. One map that I was thinking could that was a weird ungrab and grab by Lathil. Um, Another map that I was thinking could maybe have it was a conversion intro. Just if somebody maybe wants to go for the crazy ending and then just can't get it, or even going for like a safer ending and still just can't get a run
Yeah,
together.
any map with that is just really hard. And yeah, you're right. Conversion intro with that also being like kind of RNG. I just feel like if you go slow enough, that map just isn't. You're not likely to be failing it safely for 15 minutes.
True.
Oh, Lathil getting
Oh,
a pretty big throw right there and getting a 1703.
that was 17. I thought that was a 1783.
Nope, that
Could
was a
be.
1703.
Well, that's fire then.
Yeah, Burger ceiling button is definitely one of those, but you could just place the cube and do final, which only loses like 2 seconds or something. You can get an 18 with that. So,
Only 2 seconds.
well, in a match like this,
Yeah,
finishing a run that's 2 seconds slower than record is better than not finishing any at all,
true.
and getting
He's
like a
actually
1 second faster time,
how
realistically
close
speaking.
is Lathil to his PB now? He is point
0.5, I think, roughly.
6 ish.
Does he have a
Point five
4x?
seven. Yeah, he does have a 4x. His Lathil's
It's a
gonna get a
0.46.
throw,
He gets
but
a
doesn't get through the
1710.
door. So, yeah.
Xanaris has still not finished a run, which he still has plenty of time to do so, but definitely you might need to kick it up a bit. It's another thing.
Yeah.
I recently realized I'm the only person who says Xinera. Everyone else says Xinera.
I mean, well, what is the
It is
pronunciation?
Xinera,
Is it Xinera? I see.
but I've also been informed that he doesn't care very much.
Fair. Ooh. Xinera almost having a pretty solid run.
Yeah, you're right, Xernicus. I think Xanera on this map just hasn't really played it in a meaningful manner in the past, 3 years. So
Yeah. I mean, the portal peaks are probably the hardest part of this map by quite a bit, I would think. Especially when you're including the portal placement on the final surface.
I do think this is just a map where Lathil just has the advantage over being a more balanced player.
True. Now, one thing that I'm actually going to check real quick, 'cause I'm curious what Lathil's vetoes ended up being. Um, so they ended up being laser over goo, laser versus turret, rep intro, ceiling button, and wall button.
Very valid maps.
Yeah. Laser over goo, of course, an error probably. Uh, Sad to see that map not be able to be picked, but
I completely get it from a competitive just point of view. That is
yeah,
probably Xenera's most played map,
true.
maybe apart from Neuro Sabo, but I doubt it.
Yeah.
And what were Xenera's picks?
Oh, Xinera ended up picking
This next test involves turrets. You remember them.
Funnel Catch, Laser Catapult, Incinerator, Rep Polarity, and Dual Lasers. Even
Fair.
though Incinerator was already.
You remember them, right?
Actually, instead of Incinerator, he bans Polarity. Because Incinerator was already banned. And it looks like Xinera is seeing the stream, because Xinera says I see in chat. And I'm also noticing we're now underneath that 5-minute mark. Xinera is going to finish a run with a 1893.
1893, which
Better
is
late
better
than
than
never.
nothing.
Yeah.
There's still 4.5 minutes left, and I can definitely, I could definitely see Xinera finishing another run.
True.
With a much better time.
And let's see.
It all depends
how
if oh, and Lathil did have a run there, but sadly could not quite finish it out.
This next test involves turrets.
Yeah.
You remember them, right? They're the pale spherical things
And
full of bullets.
now that we're kind of starting to reach the end of this round, I'm gonna check and see what the prediction was. As it looks like Xinera actually had the edge here at 53, to Lathil's 47.
This next test involves
However, more people voted for Lathil, as it was a 5-2 split.
things that are full of bullets. Oh wait, that's you in 5 seconds. This next test involves turrets. You remember them, right? They're the pale spherical things that are full of bullets. Oh wait. This next test involves turrets. You remember them, right? They're the pale spherical things that are full of bullets. Oh wait, that's you in 5 seconds.
Is Lathil having some good portal stands? Oh, but he got bumped on the turret, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Things that are full of bullets. Oh wait, that's you in 5 seconds. Good luck. This next test
Only 3 minutes remaining.
You remember them, right?
Yeah.
They're the pale spherical things that are. This next test involves turrets. You remember them, right?
Yeah, Xinera is going for the pre-shoot, which it does save a little bit of time. Is also, in my opinion, much more awkward to do quickly. I don't know if he is doing it because he's like done it before and is just more confident with it, or if because I'm pretty sure Lathil is just doing whatever he's the most comfortable with.
Good luck. This next test involves turrets. You remember them, right? They're the pale spherical things that are full of bullets. Oh wait. This next test involves turrets. You remember them, right? They're the pale spherical things that are full of bullets. Oh wait, that's you in 5 seconds. This next test involves turrets.
It's 2 minutes remaining. Let's see if something can go for Xinera. Xinera, he's gonna get a run. Oh, but he's gonna bonk the door. That's unfortunate.
You remember them, right? They're the pale spherical things that are full of bullets.
And Lathil's gonna go to throw, and he's not gonna be able to get it.
Involves turrets. You remember them, right? They're the pale spherical things that are full of bullets.
And yeah, Lathil's portal stance have definitely been a lot more consistent and have just been a bit better by Xinera, than Xinera overall, which is probably the biggest contributor to his big lead in this map so far.
You remember them, right? They're the pale spherical things that are full of bullets. Oh wait, that's you in 5 seconds. Good luck.
As final minutes, runners are going to be doing their last couple of runs here. Lathil getting a throw, and he's unable to get the door to open.
This next test involves turrets. You remember them, right? They're the pale spherical things that are full of bullets. Oh wait.
And Xinera are going to be going up to the portal stands. Looks like just having a bit of trouble there.
This next test involves turrets. You remember them, right? They're the pale spherical things that are full of.
And yeah, losing runs in the first hallway can get a bit heart-wrenching after a little bit. Also just a bit of a demoralizer.
This next test involves turrets.
As here's probably going to be the final runs from each runner. Lathil, this is going to be his final run, it's going to be Xinera's final run, which will die after he bonks into the turret. As Lathil will win round 2
Oh wait, that's 5 seconds. Good luck.
with a 1703 to Xinera's 1893. It's definitely an all-around good match, all things considered. As Gio, what's going to be map 3? Ooh, Laser Platform is one that we have seen a bunch. I think has the only Group A match that didn't have Laser Platform was what, Unity and Royal? Because Creative and Burger had it because Creative decided to play Crazy Box about halfway through, and then Flaming and Grapefruit had it. I'm pretty sure. As the prediction is gonna be up now. So the matchup for these runners is that Lathil is 9th with a 1591 and Xinera is 6th with a 1576. So they are very, very close to each other. As Jaya, you gotta clear the round PBs. There we go. And they're off. So it'll be interesting to see what they decide to do strategy-wise. Is it seems like they are both going to be just doing pretty much the normal thing where you're going to be placing the portal on the right side and then replacing it as you're walking it up to the button. And really interesting to see just who ends up getting the first finished run, as it looks like it will be Lathil will be getting the first finished run, albeit with a bit of struggle with a 21-25 to start. And Lathil unable to get the cube. And Xinera going to be gearing up for it. Xinera's also going to miss the cube, also going to miss those shots. Probably one of the hardest maps, if not the hardest map in the game, route-wise. In terms of just pure skill. Like, of course, there's maps that are going to be more tedious, like a core or even Neurotoxin Sabotage could be argued. But I think this one, just all consideration of the route, is probably the hardest. Oh, actually, never mind. There is Funnelist in Finale 1. So this one's probably second. Yeah. Yeah, and Xenericus, you're right. It looks like Xinera is just going to be going for the full record route. Which is going to get him less runs. However, it's going to get him a lot faster of a run once he's able to complete it. And it looks like Xinera is going to get a really good launch. If he can get a good cube here. Oh. That's unfortunate. It's the cube who's going to go back through the portal to where he cannot reach it. That one's got to sting a little bit because that would have been a really good pace and would have put Lathil on a lot more pressure.
All right, I've returned. Sorry about
Welcome
that.
back. All good. We have laser platform.
I can see. And it looks like Lathil did end up winning laser intro.
Yeah. You missed it. Xinera had a really, really good run, which then just ended with, oh, it looks like he got a 21:38, Xinera. But Xinera had a really good run, and then the cube just went on the other side of the portal on the replays.
That is very unfortunate.
Yeah. But I was also saying that I'm pretty sure the only Group 1 match, or Group A match, that did not have this this level was Unity and Royal, I'm pretty sure. Because you and Burger had
yeah.
it. And then I think Luke and Flaming had it, and then who was the third one? And then of course Lathil and Xinera had it.
Yep.
So yeah. And Xinera, yeah. Framing the cube is pretty difficult. However, if you want to get a really good run, Xinera gets an 18-18. It's pretty much required. And that's the only way to really have a smooth ending.
Yeah, I in my match I started off by trying to go safe, and then I realized that I was just losing like a second and a half to not doing muscle memory, and I ended up just being more successful in doing muscle memory. So
yeah. Yeah, Xinera going to be getting a run out of this, and that's going to be
a 1704. Is that what I'm seeing? I think it is.
Yeah, that was a 1704, and even then
I think that
had
could
a
have been
really
a like
unfortunate
16.6 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is one of the maps that are played quite a bit, I believe.
Yeah. And Esteban, yeah, you did miss 2 rounds. In the first round, we had prop catch, which went to Xinera, and then second round we had turret intro, which went to Lathil. As Lathil going to be getting a run here. Let's see if he can beat Xinera. He won't, but he's
1806. 1816, I mean, my bad.
Yeah, all good. But still in anybody's hands, realistically. Because this is one of those maps where I feel like he could...
This is a very difficult map to do.
No.
Like, the route itself is just pretty difficult, like doing the reportal and, you know, shooting the portals, grabbing the cube, all of that. This is just an insanely difficult route. And,
yeah.
Oh, that is
Ooh, that's
very
unfortunate.
close for Lathil right there.
Just shot it off the
getting
helper.
one? Oh, unfortunately not.
Yeah.
But I also think this might be one of the best maps in the game.
Yeah.
Because it's super cool, even though it is super hard, but it's just a very fun map to play. Especially when things go right. Even though the ending is quite frustrating sometimes.
Yeah. Ooh, if Xinera could have gotten that switch, that would have been a really good time.
Yeah.
And one thing that always kind of amazes me with this map is like, where we see like Lathil and Xinera, you know, they're getting like Xinera has a 17, Lathil has a 18.16, and Xinera's had a door bonk. Yet, you know, Swag has a 1503 on this map. Just
it's crazy.
insane.
Both Swag and Zypa are just much better than everyone else on this map.
Yeah.
I think Swag and Zypa's run are I think they're exactly the same, apart from Swag doing the faster start.
Yeah. Does he portal bump on the
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Zypa does not do that.
That's also just like such an insane optimization. Portal bumping
So bad.
onto the board. Yeah. Oh, did I ever make a prediction for this map? Okay,
I
cool. I did.
remember when I was starting out, when I first played this map, I was very stubborn, and I refused to like learn the slower route. I was like very keen on. I was like, I'm doing this route. I'm gonna do record route
Yeah.
because like I don't know.
Oh,
And
Lathil's gonna have a run here. Hopefully. Oh,
oh,
Cube got stuck on the other
very
side of the
close.
portal.
Unlucky. Yep.
And
I ended up getting a 26 on this map as my first finished run.
oh jeez.
And I didn't end up improving it either because I was just like, oh, it's a finished run with the route. Let's go.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it was very interesting. And then my first finished run later on was a 2066, which
Hmm.
was top 30 at the time. This rank has and still is very unoptimal when it comes to ranks, just because of how hard the map is. Like you can see, Pocky's time from literally over a decade ago is still ranked 28.
Yeah.
Truly way ahead of its time.
And yeah, Xenericus, so they where you see Lathil just did it actually is that you can portal bump onto the test sign, um, which it saves time, but it is a small optimization that is, I would assume, is pretty difficult to do in time, um, as you already have a very small amount of space, and then you got to do that as well. And welcome, Portal. Good to play it. True, Portal is good. I don't know if you should play it though. Game kind of sucks. And Xinera was actually gonna go for it. Now he's just kind of messing around with it. Looks like his cube was not aimed correctly.
Oh, this is a very strange run from Lathil. He will not be
Yeah.
finishing it out, but I think that could have had chances. Oh,
And he does finish it with a
even though it was
22-31.
a very strange run.
Yeah. Looks like Xinera keeps consistently aiming it to the right by a decent chunk when he's doing that route.
The route is just it's a bit finicky to aim the cube correctly, and it's not really a route you go for. You just kind of happen to get bumped that way. It's very strange.
Yeah.
Xinera on. Oh, very unlucky.
Yeah.
Should have thrown the cube a little bit more up. So if there's some people in the chat that don't know, there's actually a bit of a controversial history to the record of this map. Because when Zypa was going for his 60 out of 60, I believe, anyway. Yeah, whenever he took the record in 2019, but there is an unofficial time that a band player known as Flaitzer has, which is a 1575. And Flaitzer is a known timescaler and has admitted to timescaling a lot of his older runs, and a lot of it is very obvious as well. But he claimed that this and another map was he never timescaled. So I believe Zypa did grind just to beat that potentially legit time from Flaitzer, which is definitely very interesting.
Yeah. On did Zype end up beating that time in the
He did.
Okay. In the time
Did
frame of the 60 for 60, I'm assuming.
Yeah, he did get a 1561 in 2019.
Nice. Flat T's or
That is we had I think it was Snack says something like that as well. And it is in fact Flaitzer.
No, I'll be honest, I thought it was Foot Teaser for the longest time until I think Rex said it, was talking about it in general, and it was like, yeah, it's like plate, like Flaitzer. I was like, what? I've been lied to. Lathil is
Another thing that's
doing
interesting
something.
to note, for a time you were still allowed to get times with banned players. So there were some co-op maps where AJ only, because AJ hadn't played through were co-op partners.
Hmm.
Uh, so AJ had rank 1, and then the next person had rank 2, which is not something you see very often in co-op.
What? That's so cursed.
Though I believe playing with banned players was banned eventually.
Well, yeah.
Actually, it wasn't banned until pretty recently because I know I had a time on co-op with Sunset.
Oh, before his unban?
Yes, in like 2020.
Hmm. It's such a weird thing to be like a recent ban. Like,
Yeah, I just don't
you
think
would
it had
think.
been a problem ever like before that. There was also a problem with Linus playing with Zintex, I believe. That was another big thing. I think that was more important than the Sunset playing with like 2 people on co-polarity. But
Yeah.
you know,
There's a minute remaining.
Lathil will be getting
As
on
Lathil.
potentially his final run and will not be hitting the red belt. That was
Ooh.
pretty close.
I mean, Lathil could still take this round. He
Um,
just needs a run.
it's not harder, or I guess it is. It's a lot easier to detect in co-op, and on top of that, there has to be 2 people in on it. But yeah, it's just like obviously if you cheat, then you would be you're banned from the boards. But like you can still tell if you cheated based on your partner's demo, basically.
Yeah.
So it's not like only AJ having proof really prevented that from being a thing. It was just like it's just an interesting thing.
Is Lathil? This is going to be Lathil's final run probably, and this will be Xinera's. Xinera will not get the reset off before zeros. So Xinera will end with a 17:04 as Lathil is just not going to hit the portal stand as Xinera will win round
Round 3
3.
by a whole second as well.
Yeah.
I'm not all that surprised, I'll be honest, just because of how difficult this map is. So Xinera just getting that run early on, kind of just secured him that kind of victory. Honestly, it was yeah, the shaking is quite annoying, and I have found that the only way to actually prevent the shaking is literally just going full speed. That makes it easier.
And before somebody creates a modification that moves their monitor with the game so that you can
Oh
see it
no.
clearly.
I think this map, personally, I believe this map would be S tier if it wasn't for like the bounce being a bit RNG.
True.
So the
Ooh.
potentially final map of round 4 will be Turret Blocker, and I don't know what these runners are looking at or
Let
what
me
PBs they have.
see.
I believe that both of them probably very similar.
So Lathel is 13th with a 1478, and Xinera is
Is
16th with a
16th.
1491.
Yes.
Xinera's time coming 2 years ago, as Lathel's is coming also from 2 years ago, back when he was fourth, and Xinera also. Sorry, Xinera had fourth, and then Lathel must have beaten Xinera's fourth at that time. Um, but 2 years ago, they were at 1.4th. As I'm gonna start up the prediction here. Get in your final predictions.
That's not me. That
As
jumpsuit you're wearing.
will Lathel tie it up,
That's not me.
and then we potentially have a tiebreaker, or will Xinera run away and get his 3 points?
But right here
Of course, this map is going to be, in my opinion, a lot more interesting as there is just some RNG when it comes to the turret boost. So I'll be curious to see what kind of boost these guys can get. As Lathil's going to get a really good first boost, but can't get the button on the cube, as he's not even going to finish the run. One thing that I'm noticing about Lathil is I don't... Does he... Okay, he does do the hop. I thought for a second he forgot that you could go cleanly through that door.
Yeah, I don't like this map all that much personally. I think just the RNG element of it makes it just terrible.
Yeah. As Lathil, he's going to
We'll
get a
be getting
run
on a run.
maybe in
A
16-18.
16-18.
And
Very
that was
unfortunate ending
without...
right there.
I was about to say, that was without a reportal and without a jump through the
jump.
portal. So,
Yeah. Both of which are things we should be seeing from these runners, especially
yeah.
a jump. Though I will say, just the ending on this map is quite difficult and annoying.
True.
This map is honestly difficult and annoying in itself. It's I don't know.
As Xinera, he's gonna practice
He's
the
taking
ending
a
here a
couple
little
practice
bit.
attempts. Yep.
And he's gonna reset the run before flags. This looks like he's gonna get hit by the turret, and if he just gets hit, he's gonna reset, which makes sense. As Lathil seems to be pretty consistent with getting the that jump off of the bridge going towards the turrets and the cube.
Yeah. How long has it been since these runners have played this map?
2
It seems like
years.
2 years for both of them. Yeah.
Yeah, and Xinera got a
Getting a 29-18. Yep.
Yeah. Honestly, quite an unbeatable time. Lathil should just forfeit right there.
I do think Xinera enjoys this map a lot more than Lathil. I think I'm pretty sure, at least I've heard him talking about this map being one of his one of the ones he likes more.
Interesting. Lathil, he's gonna grab the turret. Can't do much with the turret, unfortunately.
This is like there's just like, especially at record level, just so much RNG involved. Like Sushi, for example, I believe has a 0.4 faster boost than what record has or something like that. It's like 0.3 or 0.4. Yeah.
Oh my god. That's filthy.
Yeah, it's something like that.
And
what times do you think we'll be seeing from these winners?
see, I genuinely don't know, because after seeing Lathil's run, right, you got a 16-18 with a subpar ending. Makes me think we could potentially see low 15s here, as he's gonna get a 16-45.
I agree. I think we're gonna be seeing at least like mid to low 15s and potentially even a 14.
Yeah. And I mean, it also depends, like entirely on the boost they get. Oh, that's going to be a really good throw. He's going to get the reportal down. It's going to be a 1575. Couldn't
he did
get
not
the
get the jump though.
If he got the jump there with the reportal on the clean ending, that could have been a legitimate.
Like I think that could be like a 2x or something, 3x,
Yeah.
2x, something like that.
Yeah. As the predictions, this is going to be the biggest one by far in terms of points. It's 18.1k with point on Lathil and 8.2 put on Xinera.
Xinera getting a 1710.
Ooh.
With a quite unfortunate ending, and he also missed the cube throw and had to replace it. Xinera had a very good boost there, but was not able to make it work.
Yeah.
That's not me talking. It's right here in your file. On other people it looks fine. But right here a scientist has noted that on you it looks well. What does a neck-bearded old engineer know about?
Ooh, unfortunate ending for Xinera.
That jumpsuit you're wearing looks stupid.
Because I feel like that's kind of the only part that's holding back Xinera from getting the same kind of runs Lathil is getting here.
Oh, definitely. I also think Lathil is doing a better choice with doing a second jump off the bridge. Xinera getting a 1629.
Yeah.
Lathil like jumps off the bridge again after he grabs it, which makes it a lot easier to go towards the button. Whereas Xinera like completely clears the bridge and then throws it when he lands, which
Yeah.
is just kind of worse overall.
That jumpsuit you're wearing looks stupid.
I think it has the potential to be the same speed, but it is a lot harder, at least in my opinion.
That jumpsuit you're wearing looks stupid.
Harder to do fast anyway.
It's right here in your file. On other
Hey,
people,
Leth will
it
grab
looks
another
stupid.
turret.
But right here, a scientist has noted that
All I'm saying is imagine the world if
that jumpsuit you're wearing
we
looks
could place
stupid.
turrets on buttons. This map would immediately become so much
It's
better,
right here
in my
that
opinion.
jumpsuit you're wearing looks stupid. That's not me talking.
Well,
It's right here in your file. That jumpsuit you're
So then you wouldn't have to care about what you're grabbing, you just gotta grab something.
yeah, the thing is, Stern, you if you jump over like the way Lathil is doing it is kind of
Oh,
an optimal. Oh,
oh,
he is getting a clean ending there with a
1558.
1558. Yep. The way Lathil is doing it is kind of an optimal, but the way more high level runs do it is they jump off and then instantly just drop it and then start moving right really early.
And that's a 1556 without
1556
a
right
reportal.
after. Yep,
Jeez.
not bad at all.
That's not me talking. It's right
There's
here
also
in your
the Luke
file.
strat, which is even worse, where you throw. Oh, that is another
Oh,
one. A
1493.
1493 fat ending.
Jeez. This Lathil's
Uh,
really putting the pedal on the metal here.
yeah,
That's not me talking.
definitely.
It's right here in your file. On other people, it looks fine. But right
You
here,
could
a
also do
scientist has
the way
noted
Luke does it,
that on
and he
you
just
it
throws
looks
it
stupid.
from like his
What
first
does an
hop, and then he can move
engine
like over to the wall really early. So now you're
Yeah.
getting a
jumpsuit you're wearing looks
1536,
stupid?
which
That's
isn't
not me
quite
talking.
enough to
It's right
close
here
up
in your
on the gap
that
there.
jumpsuit you're wearing looks
Lathil is
stupid.
only one tick away from Xinera's
That's not
PB
me
now, so
talking.
this could
It's
Yeah.
right
be
here
a
in your
very
file.
difficult one for
On
Xinera
other people,
to
it looks fine.
clutch
But right
out.
here, a scientist has noted that
Well,
on
and now
you
I'm
it
kind of
looks
wondering, is this gonna end up being in PB territory for Xinera? Uh,
I
because
wouldn't
I
be too
do,
surprised.
because I do think he could definitely get there.
It's right here in your file. On other people, it looks fine.
I think, would that be the first PB for a high level runner here? If one of them
I
PB
think it
here?
I think it might be, yeah.
Jumpsuit you're wearing looks stupid.
Yeah.
That's not me talking. It's right here in your file. On
Really
other
good
people,
boost
it
from
looks
Lathil,
fine.
but just
But right
unfortunate
here, a scientist has
jump off the
noted
bridge.
that on you it looks stupid. Well, what does a neck-bearded old engineer know about
Unfortunate ending from Xinera there.
stupid? That's not
Oh
me
yeah,
talking.
I think Burger
No,
had
Burger did PB on
yeah.
laser platform.
On other people, it looks fine. But right here, a scientist has noted that on you it looks stupid. Well,
Yeah.
what does a neck... That jumpsuit
Especially because
you're wearing
Xinera
looks
isn't
stupid.
clearing the bridge on
That's
some
not
of his
me
attempts.
talking. It's right here in your
Mhm.
file. That jumpsuit you're wearing looks stupid. That's not me talking. It's right here in your file. On other people, it looks fine. But right here, a scientist has noted that on you it looks stupid. Well,
Yo, thanks for the follow. Dragon 1994.
Seemed like it had potential from Xinera right there,
that's not me
True.
talking. It's right here
but
in your
I
file.
could not clutch at the ending.
That jumpsuit you're wearing looks stupid.
Yeah,
That's
maybe
not
he
me
is
talking.
gonna start to just
It's
go
right
for the
here in
jump
your
now,
file.
as
On
it
other
has
people,
been.
it looks fine. But right here, a
As it
scientist
seems
has
to
noted
help
that on
Lathil a
you
lot more.
Mhm.
that jumpsuit
There's
you're
still
wearing
almost
looks
6 minutes
stupid.
left on the clock, so there's
That's
more than
not
enough
me
time
talking.
to make
It's
something
right
up
here in
here.
your file. On other people, it looks fine. But right here, a scientist
And
has noted
if not, I will
that on you
definitely.
it looks stupid.
There's no
Well,
chance these are
what
gonna
does
take a tie. Definitely not.
jumpsuit you're wearing
Yeah,
looks stupid?
I agree with
That's not
that
me
statement.
talking. It's right here in your file.
So,
On other people, it looks fine.
worst case, this goes
But
to a
right here,
tiebreaker,
a
which is
scientist
also going to
has
be very
noted
cool to see.
that on
True.
that jumpsuit you're wearing looks stupid.
Then again, you know, one thing, I hope these guys do a tiebreaker. Tiebreakers are always fun, but we also thought Unity and Royal were going to do one, and then
Yeah,
ended
I think Royal just cares a lot more about this like tournament than
up fair.
most other top players, and would rather be safe on it.
Yeah.
I think like I know myself and a lot of other top players are mostly just doing this for fun.
Yeah.
Oh.
And Xenericus, it's the main round of it is going to be a best of, well, I say best of
It's a
four,
best
but
of
there's going to
4.
be, yeah, there's going to be 4
Yeah.
rounds where, you know, if somebody gets 3-0'd or 3-1, then the person that wins the match gets 3 points. However, if they tie at 2-2, then they can either choose to keep it at a tie, which they would both get 1 point for the week, or they can choose to go for a tiebreaker, where winner takes all and gets 3. Um, it's just to add a bit more suspense to the league and a bit more interesting situations in the long run.
Though personally, I do think it would have been better to just do a best of 3 or a best of 5.
Fair.
Or even having it, because right now we have it so that if only one player wants to tie, then it ends at a tie. I think even just having it that a tiebreaker is default unless both players agree to a tie would be more interesting.
On other people it looks fine, but right here a scientist has noted that on you it looks stupid.
Yeah, maybe.
That jumpsuit you're wearing looks stupid. That's not me talking.
That's just my
It's
take
right
on it,
here in your
but
file.
I'm not an organizer,
That
obviously,
jumpsuit
so
you're wearing looks stupid.
this is
That's not me
just
talking.
kind
It's
of
right here in your
how it
file.
is.
On
Yeah.
other
I mean, I
people
know
it
our
looks
reasoning
fine,
for making it so that they both had to agree on a tiebreaker
that on
is that it was almost like if you want to get 3 points, that you might as well beat them 3-1 outright.
That's not me talking.
You know.
It's right here in your file. On other people it
But then
looks
if somebody who is normally outclassed by a decent margin is able to get 2 runs, they can at least take a point rather than taking the 0 they originally were expecting.
Well, what does a neck-bearded old engineer know about
Oh,
fashion?
very unfortunate from Xinera right there. I don't think that
Yeah.
would have been a round PB.
That's not me talking. It's right here
Only
in your
3
file.
minutes left,
On other people it
and
looks fine, but
we
right here, a
we're
scientist has
definitely
noted that on
we
you
might
it
be
looks
seeing some of the
stupid.
final runs these guys are going to be finishing. I don't think Lathil has finished a run in quite a few attempts now.
That's not me talking.
Yeah.
It's right here in your file. On other people it looks fine, but right here a scientist has noted.
Oh, I
Ooh.
take that back. Lathil almost finished a run right there. Not
That's
quite
me
getting
talking.
getting the
It's
ending
right
though.
here in your file. That jumpsuit you're wearing looks stupid. That's not me talking. It's right here in your file. On other people it looks fine, but right here a scientist has noted that on you it looks stupid. Well, what does a neck-bearded old
Oh, and there we
Ooh.
go,
Oh,
a
that's a
1498.
1498.
wearing looks stupid?
Now we are very
That's not me
close,
talking.
but can
Yeah.
Xinera get another run like that?
That jumpsuit you're wearing looks stupid. That's not me
For a
talking.
second, my brain saw that as 1490, but
Other people it looks fine, but
still, it's gonna.
you're wearing looks stupid. That's
Maybe
not
that
me
means
talking.
Lathel's gonna be kind of getting into a flow state.
On other people it looks
Yeah,
fine,
maybe.
but right here a scientist. That
There's no
jumpsuit
saying
you're
if these
wearing
runners are
looks
going to be able to
stupid.
finish another run like
That's not me
the ones they
talking.
just finished.
It's right here in your file.
Yeah.
On other
Especially
people it
Xinera
looks
is
fine,
in like PB
but right
territory
here a
here, while
scientist has
Lathil
noted.
still has a little bit to go.
That jumpsuit
But
you're wearing
ultimately, I
looks
think
stupid.
it could go either way.
That's
This
not
is
me
Yeah.
talking. It's right here
it's
in
coming
your
down to the
file.
final minute.
On other people it looks fine, but right here a scientist has noted that on you it looks stupid. That jumpsuit you're wearing looks stupid.
It looks like it was a bit of a unfortunate
It's right
portal
here in your
placements there
file.
for Xinera. As a minute remains, Xinera does a reset. Lathel's gonna do a reset.
That's not me talking. It's
Can
right here in your
Xinera
file.
pull it out in the last
On
minute?
other people it looks fine, but right here a scientist has noted that on you it looks stupid. Well,
Ooh, we got caught on the
jumpsuit you're
bridge.
wearing looks stupid. That's not me talking. It's right here in your. That jumpsuit you're wearing looks stupid. That's not me talking. It's right here in your file. On other people it looks fine, but right here a scientist has noted that on you. That jumpsuit you're
It's
wearing.
Final
25
25
remaining.
seconds.
That's not me
Yeah.
talking. It's right here in your file.
Lathel
We're
gonna grab the
seeing,
cube and
You're
reset.
wearing looks stupid.
yeah, I think
That's
we'll be
not me
seeing
talking. It's right here
probably
in your
one
file.
or two,
On other
probably
people
one
it
more
looks
reset from
fine,
each runner.
but right here a scientist has noted that on you it
Oh,
looks
maybe
stupid.
just Xinera just
Well,
kicks it off with a bang
that
right here. Yep,
jumpsuit
this is
you're
the final
wearing
attempts
looks
from each
stupid.
runner, and they're almost in sync as
That's not
well.
me talking. It's right here in
Maybe
your
we
file.
get the
On other
last
people it looks fine,
last possible
but right
run
here
PB
a
clutch.
scientist has noted that
Xinera getting
Oh,
boosted, and Lathil also not able to get a good enough time.
yeah.
GG, that puts it.
That was
That
a
gives
nail
Lathil
biter.
the round with only 4 ticks to spare.
Less than 4 ticks, probably what?
3 ticks.
3?
3
Yeah.
ticks. And let's see if they end up going for a tie. I do not believe they will, but it could happen. That means we'll be seeing another tiebreaker round.
And Xinera going with a hell yeah. So it looks like we will be having a tiebreaker round unless something changes in the next last second here. As
Laser
ooh,
Inter as rank as the map 5 as the tiebreaker. That's an interesting one. This is definitely a very good map though for this tourney, as it is kind of just completely skill based, and there's not too much just stupid that can happen to you here. The only thing I can
true.
really think about is there's the door cycle, and I don't think either of these runners will be getting the door cycle. And there's
Yeah,
also the pre-hop where you can get a rubble boost.
yeah.
So Lathil has an 1883 on this map from a year ago, and Xinera has a 1893 from 2 years ago. So Lathil's a 0.1 faster time, and so I don't know. This could go either way. It
Yeah.
seems like to start off with, Xinera is not going to be going for any door hop, where I can't really tell
This
if
could actually be a solid first run. I think it's
yeah.
gonna be what a 19-2 if he gets a good pre-hop.
I didn't pay attention. He did not get one though.
Unfortunate. I think it was a 9-9 is what I was seeing there. Uh,
Yeah, neither of the runners are going for any kind of door hop as of now. Ooh, that was decent
oh,
apart
but
from
he
getting
gets
stuck on the wall there.
yeah.
I forgot how good you are at this. You should pace yourself though.
It
I
it
feel
is
like
quite a boring map, Xenericus, but just because it's like it's gonna be very close. It's gonna be interesting to see.
so a
Xenera starting us
1950
off.
for Xinera
Yeah, was it a 50 or was it a 58?
is a 50, I think.
Lathil also on a run, getting
And
I think like a high 19. Oh, never mind,
19-3.
1930.
Not bad. I forgot how good you are at this. You should pace yourself though.
Xenera
Lathil
also
with a
on
gimme
another
that
run, getting a decent free hop it looked like, and
a
finishing off with a
1933.
yeah, very close. I think we will be ending up seeing, assuming both these are to keep not doing any door hops, we might be end up seeing like a 19-0 at best. I want to
Yeah.
say,
Well,
but
and something interesting to note is I feel like this is the map that is the most likely for them to tie so far.
yeah,
So,
maybe a tie on the tiebreaker. That would be very
and
interesting.
that would be, yeah. In that case, I genuinely don't know if we would try to do a sixth map, assuming everybody involved could do it, or if that would just be like a, well, I guess tie was destined. Uh, but, yeah.
Lathil
Oh, that was a
finishing out.
good pre-hop, I think. Lathil with a 26.
Yep, 1926. That is another 2 ticks shaved off. If someone doesn't know, these non-native maps go on 0.03 cycles, so you can't finish times in between that. Lathil getting a what's that? A
1913.
1913. Pretty solid so far.
Yeah, and that's even without Nate's start as well, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah, the best time I've seen without any of that is in 1893.
Who is that by, if you don't mind me asking?
It was by me.
Ah, fair enough.
Though I wouldn't be surprised if someone had gotten a faster one, and I just haven't seen it. I think of something like a low 0.8 is possible without an start.
Fair enough.
I've really let the place go since.
And one thing that I'm kind of noticing is like these runners are getting stuck in the. I call it the surf bit, where
Yeah,
you
I know what you mean.
get kind of forced into a surf, but they get stuck there quite often. And I feel like the map would be
Really let the place go
um,
since you killed
S
me.
tier if it weren't for that uh,
How good you
that
are.
little bit.
I feel like it. I don't know. I don't think it's a huge problem. It's
Sorry about the mess.
if
I've
you get
really let the
like
place
if you
go
land that
since you
far,
killed
then
me.
your run isn't gonna be all that good anyway.
Fair.
Yeah, as
Sorry
Intix
about
is saying, you just gotta tap S
I've
more.
really let the place go since you killed me. Not that
Though I don't think this map is S tier
sorry
anyway.
about the mess. I've really let the place go since you killed me.
All right,
Not
Lathil on
bad.
Fair.
another
I
run.
forgot how good
Well, it
you
looks like
were.
he's not going to be happy with it. Xinera looks like he's going to be gearing up for the pre-hop.
Test to do.
Getting a
It's a good
pretty
one.
nice
That might
pre-hop.
actually tie.
You're
It won't.
1926.
Yeah.
So still quite a bit off, but we do have 11 minutes left, and
I've really let the place
there's
go
still
since
Ooh.
you
a lot
killed me.
more.
Not
I wonder
Lathil.
if we will be see. Yeah, Lathil is going for a door hop
I've
now,
really let the place go
which
since
Yeah.
you
does
killed me.
increase the chances of a
Not bad.
better time.
Sorry about the mess. I've really let the place go since you killed me. Sorry about the mess. I've really let the place go since you killed me. Not bad.
And
About the mess.
it makes me wonder if Xinera, like, kind of what these guys did for their times. I can actually check real quick.
Sorry about the mess.
For like their
I've
PVs.
really let the
They
place
both
go
do Nate
since
start.
you killed me. Not bad. Sorry about the mess.
Oh yeah.
Lathil on a run will be going for
Not bad.
the pre-hop, and we'll be getting a 1906.
1906.
I've really let the place go since
Very
you
nice.
killed me.
He is slowly building that lead.
He is going for the door hop now, so that is definitely
Mess.
granting
I've
him
really
some
let the place
advantage.
go since you killed me.
True.
Not bad. I forgot.
Ooh,
Another run?
this might be a
Let's
pretty good
see.
time if he's able to hit a good pre-hop.
Seemed like not the best pre-hop, but
That will
not too
still
bad
be an
either.
1896.
1896. Wow, yeah, okay.
I've really let the place go
That is only
since you
2 ticks
killed
away
me.
from Xinera's PB, so this might go to Lathil.
Nah,
Especially since
I've really let the
Xinera's PB is even older than his, so he's probably more rusty.
yeah. As Xinera looks like he was going for door hop there a little bit.
the mess. I've really let the place go since you killed
He
me.
didn't go for it there though.
Sorry about the mess. I've sorry about the mess. I've really let the
As it seems somebody spamming Lathil's chat. Person
sorry
who
about the mess.
joined our chat not that long ago.
Sorry about the mess. I've really let the
Xinera is also going for the door hop now.
Yeah.
sorry about the mess.
With 8 minutes
I've
left,
really let
this could still go to either party.
sorry about the mess. I've really let the place go since you killed me.
See, I almost am expecting kind of like a
I've really let
Xinera. What would it be, like an 19 flat, or would it be an 1898? Would be the next. No, it'd be 1898. Like Turret Blocker, where he
1896
got really
is
close.
yeah, 1896 is
sorry about the mess.
the
I've
closest.
really
Well,
let
I guess the closest you can get to a 96 is a 19 flat.
Yeah. Ooh, that might be a good run by Lathil. I can't
Yeah, it
fully
does
tell.
look like
Oh
it.
yeah,
He
no, it was a
tied his
really good run.
PB.
He did tie his PB.
0.93.
sorry about
Jeez.
I've really let the sorry about
That's fire.
Wow.
I've really let the
Okay.
place go since you
This
killed
is
me.
gonna make it a
So,
lot tougher for Xinera. Xinera has to PB by a full 0.1 to be able to catch
Sorry
up.
about the mess.
And
I've really
Lazo
let
could
the
even
place
get
go since
another,
you
like
killed me.
an actual PB for himself. There's still
yeah.
7 minutes to go, and he's been gaming.
Sorry about the mess. I've really let the place go since you killed me.
As
Anything
I'm
could
actually
happen.
gonna check what he would need to kind of move up a couple slots. He would if he wants to get to 12, he would have to tie the Great Haza at an
Yeah,
1876.
there's a pretty large gap in the ranks between Haza and the 6x ranks.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, the map has gotten a lot more optimized.
True.
Sorry about the mess. I've really let the place go since you killed me. Sorry about the mess. I've really let the... Sorry about the mess. I've really let the place... Sorry about the mess. I've really let...
I haven't been paying attention, but I don't think either runner is getting the fastest door cycle on this map. It is one of the hardest ones to hit as well, so that's not
It's
too surprising.
best is what a 2-3.
Yeah, fastest is the 0.23.
Yeah, from the what I can see, it looks like they're getting
0.33
0.3s.
probably. Yeah.
Yeah. How many people have even hit a 2-3?
Um,
Sorry about the mess.
4,
I've really let the place go.
5.
Jeez.
By the way, thanks for that.
Sarcasm self-test.
I know
Not bad.
I get it, Snack gets it, Zintex gets it, and Unity gets it. Maybe some other people. I wouldn't be surprised if Royal gets it. Maybe Flaming Bear said it's gotten it.
Sorry about the mess. Let the place go.
Yeah.
Sorry about the mess. I've
Yeah,
really
wouldn't
And,
surprise me, Zintex.
Sorry about the mess.
The Hello, Magelli, and Archer.
Killed me. By the way, thanks for that.
Sarcasm self-test. Complete.
I've not
Hopefully
seen a
I-
finished run in I think a few minutes actually.
Yeah.
Sorry about the mess. I've really let the...
This is probably one of those maps that
Sorry
yeah, it's really hard to get
I've really let
much
the place go since you killed me.
It's hard to
going
finish a run,
until-
yeah.
Yeah. Especially at the
for-
point that Lathil's not.
Sorry about the mess.
Yeah, no,
I've
just
really
going for a
let the
toxic
place
time
go
is
since you
difficult.
killed me. Not... Sorry about the mess. I've really let... Sorry about the mess. I've really let the place go since you killed me. Sorry about the mess. I've really let the place go since you killed me. Sorry about the mess. I've really let the place go since you killed me. Not... Sorry about the mess. I've really let... Sorry about the mess. I've really let the... Sorry about
Has a 320 remaining.
since you killed me. By the way, thanks for that.
Yeah, we still haven't seen any good finished runs since Lathil's tied PB.
Yeah.
Sorry about the mess. I've really let the place
And yes, and one thing
Not bad.
Oh, that
about
was
like
very close.
yeah, and one thing that is really nice about
I've really
uh,
let the place
kinda-
go since you killed me.
well, I shouldn't say nice that there's door cycles, but one thing that's nice is that we have the M trigger system in place so that we can tell like if we need to speed up a little bit to get a good door cycle or even slow down just a tiny bit to get a good cycle.
I completely agree, Fio. I kind of missed the days when door cycle wasn't the topic.
Yeah.
And honestly, like the days before M triggers were a lot more chill to run CM, just because even if a run felt bad or like wasn't very fast, it didn't necessarily like feel very slow.
Might
Awfully
PB for
getting a
Lathil
pre-hub
actually.
there. Will it? I'm not sure.
Oh,
1886.
Sorry about the mess. I've really let the place
So, Xenericus, as you can kind of see on the bottom center of Lathil's screen and the top left of Xinera's stream, you can see as they get to certain points in the map, it tells them what time in which they got to the map.
kinda
That's
like
what
live
M
split.
triggers are.
Kind of
Yeah,
like
it's
last,
kind
but
of-
just for like individual maps.
I've really
Yeah. Except it doesn't track like sum of best or anything like that. It just tells you what your time is to that map. Which is a huge blessing in terms of figuring out just where you need to optimize, like
Yeah, it's a lot
bigger
easier
maps,
than
smaller maps.
it's a lot easier than like having to go through demos and checking ticks on when you land and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Lathil on another run, he will be finishing. And I think he prepped a little bit early there, yep.
Ooh, yeah.
And I don't think that would have been TB even if he did finish it.
I forgot how good you are at this. You should
And yeah, it is pretty much exactly like that, Xinera, with the Trackmania splits.
Sorry about the mess. I've really let the Sorry about the
So getting flamed for bringing up W split as a minute remaining.
Sorry about the mess. I've really let the play.
As will we see Lathil PB, and or will we see Xinera come out of the woodworking,
I've really let
drop an 1880?
Sorry about the mess. I've really let the place go since you killed me. Sorry about the mess. I've really let the Sorry about
There's 22 seconds remaining. We think what, 3 runs per?
Sorry about the mess. I've really let the place go since you killed me. Not
As Lathil's gonna try to go for reportal misses at 6 seconds remaining.
really let the place
Probably
This
going
is,
to be each runner's second to last run. So this is Xinera's last run. Lathil resets after the timer.
Sorry about the mess.
So this is Xinera's final chance. Oh, he gets the door hop. Oh,
And
and
he
is
won't
not
hit the
able
reportal.
to. Not able to get
As
through there.
Lathil will win round 1 as a whole. As Lathil will be getting 3 points and gets an 1890 on a victory lap.
Alright. GG's to Lathil for winning, clutching out the tiebreaker map, and getting all 3 points of this round.
Yeah.
Alright.
Sick. Is Lathil going to continue streaming?
Alright.
Sick. Is Lathil going to continue streaming?
Alright.
If Lathil doesn't continue streaming, we can. Is Lathil gonna continue streaming? Oh yeah.
Alright.
If Lathil doesn't continue streaming, we can. Is Lathil gonna continue streaming? Oh yeah.
Alright.
If Lathil doesn't continue streaming, we can.
So we will see you guys. Yeah, we will see you guys for the. Yeah.